What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Starcraft Broodwar remastered cast. We're here on the ladder with Soma versus Speed, and I have a special guest here. It's Herbmon joining me in
Hello,
the
everybody.
booth. It's
Great to be here.
awesome, man. He's a Starcraft S-rank Zerg player, and does a bunch of streaming as well. Plays in the BSL. Why don't you introduce yourself a little bit there, Herbmon?
Been playing this game forever. Been casting for BWCL, IC Cup, all the big organizations before Remastered, and still doing things here and there. Doing the lands, the Montreal and Seattle. Went to there, did a little bit of casting, and been a big fan of everything that you've done on YouTube with Shun and KCM and just all your random ladder battles. So I'm really happy to be able to be a part of this. Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you on, man. I watch a lot of your streams and enjoy seeing the struggle from another perspective.
Yeah, there's always struggle. Yeah.
And
there's a lot of it.
I'm sure you guys are thinking, another Zerg player. Well, all my friends are Zergs, and I don't like Protoss. I'm a bit of a racist. It is what it is.
Protosses are too cool to cast, man. It's all right.
I'm just kidding, guys. I have other races as friends. You know, I hang out with Love Snow. He's a Terran. Hang out with Ozzy the Hockey. He's a Terran. Well, he used to be Protoss. I guess he's a trans guy, you know. He
doesn't have a race. He's a BGH player.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we've got TVZ. This is where we thrive. We know all about this matchup.
Ooh.
We've got a little bunker going down from Speed. He opened one Rax fast expand, but he wants to put on a bit of pressure. Try to get a drone kill or two to come out with the 2 drones. Try to get rid of this Marine early on. Oh, great maneuver there, getting behind that SCV. Can he get the moving shot? Only 1 hit left on that. 5 HP. It's like he will just abandon this bunker now, though, as Lings come out. Soma taking some early damage. Just that 1 Marine trade. Not bad.
To see only 2 drones stop that, when the typical response is like a 7 drone pull, but I guess it's based on the timing. If it was the 8-9 racks then supply, I guess there'd be more Marines, but stopping that with only 2 drones, that's brave.
Yeah, it's brave, and he did produce quite a few Lings behind that. You know, 6 Lings were made. Which will limit his drone count a little bit. Nice job picking off that SCV. Very frustrating to have that alive and scouting your entire build, but he gets rid of it. Throws down the Spire.
That's actually a really fast Spire.
Yeah, just a...
He opened... He did something different. I wasn't able to catch the opener exact, but it seems like a fast Spire right there.
Yeah, he did go for a hatchery first. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
But he must have gotten the gas a little bit sooner.
He probably did a 12, 11, 10. So that's like the fastest gas timing you can get behind a 12 hatch.
And so he's going to have some mutas out here to pressure soon, but back in the Terran base, we're looking at a 2 racks with the stim rush, so he's gonna want to put on some pressure, maybe force out a sunken colony before the mutas are out. And
timing usually hits at the 5 minutes, and he's only pulling the 1 medic. Oh, okay, there's a second medic just trailing behind.
Yeah, firebats are gonna be made behind this.
So the response from Zerg, you should check the natural. There could be 1 creep colony down, so he is responding to that.
Yeah, the 1 creep colony won't save you, but with 5 mutas on the way, he's bought enough time with these Lings. He's gonna be able to survive.
The 1 sunken with the sixlings is actually it's able to hold off enough, if not kill off enough Marines to where when the mutas pop, it's not that big of an issue. But we have the turrets following up behind, so just standard play coming out from both players. Just Terran doing the standard stem timing, but now it looks like someone's going to be going for that third expansion. Probably going to take the natural.
With that really quick spire, he was hoping to get in there and maybe get an SCV kill or two before the turrets finished, but wasn't quite able to do that. Good crisp timing on these turrets from speed. And he's going to have his range finished up very soon. And wow, look at the speed of that factory.
That's a whole minute early. Typically it goes down at the 7 minutes, so it looks like we're going to be either seeing a siege tank timing or some sort of starport play.
With the siege tank timing, or maybe some sort of fantasy build, you know, siege tank plus Valkyrie can be really strong. It's not that far over towards the natural on this map. Like 2-3 scans can get you there.
You know, it's another really cute play with that, as opposed to the Valkyrie doing the siege tank pressure with the dropship slip in the back.
Oh yeah.
So you're holding your natural, and the next thing you know, your main's completely wiped.
See which option Speed is going to go for. One starport. He's lifted his factory and he's not landing it, so...
Yeah, there goes that siege tank timing.
Looks like he has a completely different plan in mind. Immediately throwing down Hydroden Queen's Nest without wiping out a Bioforce or really doing any damage at all. He's killed one SCV so far with this Mutalisk play, and he's just going straight into the transition.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of pro plays, they're going for a faster tech tip. Back like just a few seasons ago in ASL, it was about getting your den in Queen's Nest down at 7:30. So it seems like a lot of players are kind of just skipping through the mid-game phase and aiming more towards that late tier 3 type stuff.
Well, it's really hard to do what a player like really only Solkey can do, which is battle with Muta and Ling against masses of bio. It's such a difficult task. Like, really only he can do it efficiently against pro Terran players. So I don't begrudge any of these guys for just going for the fast tech and try to skip through this mid-game phase.
Ooh, that was a good volley. 3 Marines. I'll take that any day.
Only lost 1 Mutalisk so far as well. This is that Soma control. He still has the few Lings out on the map that could threaten to dive in with the Mutas and potentially kill this, but he's not really interested in overwhelming this force, just slowing it down enough to get these lurkers out in time to save this third base. And see.
Guess isn't going yet. There it is.
Gonna get that mining now.
What tech do we have for Terran?
Oh, he did build a tank. Really?
Oh man, that looks silly.
That's interesting.
Well, we got the science facility behind it, so we will be seeing vessel play, but with just one starport, starport, the vessel count won't gain too fast. When you get the double starport, that's when those vessel numbers start stacking fast.
This is a bit strange, no? I mean, we haven't even started siege mode. Okay, siege mode's gonna start, but the Defiler Mound is half done. I'm a little bit worried that he's gonna arrive and the siege mode's gonna be done, but we're already going. Oh gosh, gonna run right into 3 lurkers.
Beautiful.
The Defiler is gonna be already out and ready with the consume. Oh, losing a lot of mutas there, trying to pick off that one tank.
Tank was running over the Marine's toes there.
Just slowing this down is fantastic.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, gets the vessel.
That was a great pickoff with the small group of mutas there. I guess he had Scourge mixed in underneath.
Yeah.
Able to snipe that. Very, very good play. Consume is halfway done. Herbmon, like, we're not going to be able to push this, are we?
No, we're not going to be able to push in, but we'll be able to put up a threat. And as long as, well, Soma's not going to falter to droning, so Soma's in a good spot. He's got the Nidus Canal down, and, yeah. It looks like, Speed's just going to poke and prod, see what it can get done, but nothing significant's going to come out unless someone does a complete blunder.
Drop over at the natural while this is going on. The Mutas are already present. It's just going to kill the Marines as they're popping out. One lurker going to land there. At the same time, this Defiler is ready now. How many kills? 7 kills on that one Marine. That's pretty good. 29 overall workers. Did a little damage with that, but really not getting what he was hoping for. I wonder what the follow-up's going to be from Speed to try and make this a playable game. He's pretty far behind, I would say, at this point. Don't you think?
Terran behind?
Yeah.
Never. What? Terran is the comeback king. They'll always make something happen.
Follow-up drop going into the main base now. That's what.
If it doesn't work the first time, try again.
Yeah. This is Terran rolling the dice a little bit, trying to get some value.
Ooh.
Might be able to get the Defiler Mound. He's working on it right now. He's catching some lurkers at the periphery as well.
Oh, he gets the Defiler Mound. That's huge.
8-kill Marine finally falls there.
I'm curious if Plague was able to finish.
I actually didn't see it in the tab.
Ooh.
The drop gonna move around this side as well. He's going for the third base. Speed keeping the pressure on, even as this big group of lurkers is slowly encroaching on his natural. He's continuing to just pressure, and Soma is slowly falling apart. Gonna transfer all the workers over here to the gas geyser. Just try to keep them alive.
Someone just spawned a hunter-killer Hydralisk right there. Reprodding an entire dropship.
Underneath the Dark Swarm, every Hydra is a hunter killer.
Yeah.
This could actually kill the Nidus Canal. Oh, dude, this is so painful. We've got the lurkers getting right up into the natural, but there's Bio on the other side of the map dealing damage. I'm not sure that someone can win this. This is a difficult situation.
Yeah.
Oh,
but this natural, huge damage going down right now. 3 lurkers on the mineral lines, turrets, SCVs, everything just getting completely annihilated.
Still has the third base up. I'm surprised that Soma hasn't spotted that out yet, but it is a little bit off to the side. This is the big story, though, is that really he can't go up this ramp, not without a Defiler, and the army out in front is actually preventing Defilers from making their way across the map.
Is Speed getting to the third? Oh, saves it just in time.
Keeping that alive.
This is a scrappy game.
Yeah, this is a wild game. I expect nothing less from Speed. Getting in there and dealing that damage and making things scrappy. This is the way he likes to play. Drop going up towards the main base once again. We do have Scourge, I think. Yeah, they're ready, and he spotted that. He is going to prevent the third from mining any longer, but it looks like the natural will be reset. Gets it.
Will
there
he
we
get
go.
it? Oh, that's a win.
There we go. Nidus hasn't been reset at the third base just yet. Looks like he's building it actually over at the natural. This is a pretty close game. Pretty even on the overall supply, as well as the worker count. Looking pretty close. Ah, this one Defiler, he kind of forgot about it. That was
a lot of things going down. Easy to forget those units.
It's like gonna push in. Can he actually get on this base? Oh, he's just gonna go for the lurker. That's a great choice. Only one lurker there. He might be able to just overwhelm that.
Oh no, the 5 lurkers surround.
A Dark Swarm coming down here, but with the Fire Bats in the mix, you can't actually hold off. Looks like he will be able to throw down a couple more lurkers at this part. Oh man, this is getting intense. He's got so much going on right now, so much to deal with. Another tank push, making its way up to the front.
Ooh.
Good
That
snipe.
science vessel pop was good, yeah.
We're very low on science vessels right now. I think this is all he's got, just those 2. Maybe 1 in the middle. Okay, 2 in the middle of the
there
map.
we go. Yeah, so 4. Nice.
Still a very low count at this late stage. Things have been really, really low economy so far. He's gonna come out, try to push these tanks back. Tank push generally not the greatest once the Defiler play comes out, unless you're gonna go like full on tanks to try to transition into mech play.
Yeah, I mean, that was the staple back in the day. It was all about the siege tanks. As the games progress, different metas have come out with like the quick star ports and air Terran playstyle, but now like siege tanks, they're great. They put that extra damage into those ultralisks. They really hold a position. Some maps you can snipe the gas from over like a cliff or something. I like to see siege tanks when Terrans play.
It's a great unit.
But yeah, but when the swarm gets on top of it, that's a different story.
Yeah, if you've got like 12 siege tanks and the swarm goes up, you can still kill everything as it's running forward. But with only 3, that Dark Swarm really does counter it pretty strong. Double drop. I can't believe he's still going with the dropships. Speed is actually going to get down in the bottom left maybe and shut down this base. There's not a lot of defenses over here. Seems like Soma's more interested in clearing out these tanks and taking a fight with this army. But he's going to lose this 4th base. He's going to lose the 4th gas. A drop coming into the natural at the same time. Going to be dealing a bunch of damage. Dude, Speed is so good at pulling these Zerg players apart. Look at all this damage, killing off so many drones as he loses the 4th. Everything seemed like it was going to stabilize, but now Speed is just running away with things.
Yeah, when Zergs pull their lurkers away from their natural and 3rd and start playing that kind of aggressive style out on the map, it's really easy for Zergs to fall apart.
He's got quite a bit of army on the map right now, but he just can't really slow down Speed. You can't get all the way across. And oh, great plague on these Marines. Man, he got almost every Marine there. And just pure Ling gonna clear up almost all of it. I think +2 is done. Oh gosh, I hear a battle cruiser. Oh no, it's not a battle cruiser. A Wraith.
It's a Wraith.
Alright, that hunter killer, man.
Yeah, dude, he's still there. Alright, so finally
comes another Bioforce.
Yeah, it seems like the game's finally starting to stabilize a little bit. Soma retake. Nope. Okay, I thought he was taking that 4th, but the drop plays kind of at a standstill, and it seems like we're back to vessels. The 3rd is secured for Speed, so and he's taking this 4th. Oh no, there's the drop play. Speak of the devil, and yeah, Soma just pulling out just in the nick of time. He gets the drop ship. Will he clean this up? Nope.
It should be able to transfer a few more Lings through there just to clear that. Hatchery, though, may end up going down. No, just barely going to keep that alive. Last Marine goes down. This hero Ling finishing that off.
Good upgrades. 2 Carapace, 1 melee. What's the Terran upgrade? Oh, the dropship!
Nice
oh, medic.
snipe.
Oh, wait, the medic and Marine. Okay, this... Oh, never mind.
+2, +1 is done.
+2, +1?
Yeah, just +2. So he's actually caught up. He's not started his +3 armor, though, unfortunately. So the +3 armor, eventually +3 attack is going to come in for these Marines, and he's going to have an advantage for some time. There's the +3 armor just starting now. That Carapace upgrade a little bit late. And you
Yeah,
may end up paying for that.
He's hungry for gas, so I can see why
sure.
it's taking a little long.
He's actually going to be depleted on his main geyser before the 4th base comes up. That's a bad situation.
So going from 3 base to 3 base gas?
Yeah. That's never a situation you want to be in. It's like just going to start irradiating Scourge now. It's pretty painful.
It's why the Hydralisk playstyle has been pretty popular because of how good Terran is at denying forts.
Yeah, it's the reason why Zerg players have been taking naturals more often as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier to push.
Okay, so cute little play. 4th looks like it's being saturated for Terran, and the stim coming in from Speed, sniping down one lurker, a few lings. Only a few lings trickling out of the Nidus. It seems like Speed will get this. No Defiler? Oh, wait, one Ultra.
One
But all those drones, and then going behind the mineral line.
Ooh, he targets every drone too. Yeah, this is rough. We don't have a Defiler here to help out, and the Ultra is too fat to get behind the mineral patch.
Yeah.
So frustrating. This Ultra not really getting any damage at all. It's kind of tanking here for the Lings, and it really does seem like Soma is about to break. I thought he was going to have a bit of a comeback here and start to stabilize things, but Speed is just too good, man. He's on top of everything the entire time, the entire game. Just pressure, pressure, pressure. It's exactly what we expect out of him, and it seems like Soma's not quite ready in his post-military state. Or actually, he's not even post-military yet. He's still in the military. Not quite at the level to deal with Speed just yet.
Yeah, it sucks because before he went, he was the top Zerg that everyone was talking about wanting to watch. So it goes to show how this game can just slip through your hands if you don't play it that much, which I'm pretty sure everyone feels.
Absolutely. It's a common experience to just feel like a short break, even a couple of weeks or a couple of days can put you that far behind. Guys, we've got plenty more games to come. Speed takes this one away from Soma. We're gonna go into some games versus Light. We only had the one game versus Speed, unfortunately, from the ladder, but we've got 3 games with Soma versus Light that's coming right up. Okay, game number 2, or I guess game number 1 of this new series between Light and Soma. We got Soma over here at the top center. Let's see if we can change these colors. Yeah, that's better. Red Zerg, blue Terran. That's nice for seeing the plagues a little bit later on. And we've got Light down here on Dominator. How do you feel about this map in TVZ or ZVT?
I don't like ramps going up to your natural.
Yeah, it can be a pain.
If some rain, like if you take a third and it's not the natural of an expansion, it's really hard to push up.
That's right. Do you like harassing with mutas on this map? Because I think that this is a great position for Soma to harass.
Oh yeah. I mean, mutas are pretty much the standard. Even with the turret defense, you can usually still snipe about 3 to 4 SCVs without losing any mutas. So you can still get some damage done, and since there's a cliff, you can really snipe those turrets down. Because if they don't have anything lifted over the side, the turrets don't get full ring.
This map specifically has a kind of a unique geography where you've got this kind of back, what is this, a pond area, where you can come in from this angle and harass the mineral line from behind. There's a lot of buildable terrain back here, but they can't build all their turrets on this side and all their turrets on that side too, right? They have to kind of split turret cover, and so there's a lot of opportunities for you coming in and hitting different angles with the mutas. So we'll see if Soma wants to get really aggressive with mutas this game. I think he did the same build as last game with the 12, 11, 10.
Yep.
And so he is going to have a pretty quick Spire once again. Let's see. No Marine move out from Light. I've seen a lot of Light. Okay, actually he is going to move out with the Marines. I've seen a lot of him do this. Just send one Marine across the map to try and push away this one drone. And some Zergs have just been keeping their drone in the main because they just don't want to be forced out.
I don't blame them. One silly mishap can really hurt you.
Yeah, trading one early Marine for one drone is great, like we saw in that last game, just getting that one kill. Of course, he made a bunker last game, so there's a bit of that extra commitment, but it's still hugely impactful to lose one drone early game for the Zerg player. So looking in the main base.
Yeah, it seems like we're seeing identical builds from last game, even though it's a different Terran player. It just shows how strong the stim timing is. It's it just forces the Zerg player to respect the Terran and not take as fast of a third. And if they don't respect the stim timing, they're just going to lose instantly. So
it's a very good build. It's kind of fallen out of favor for the early +1 timing has become a little bit more trendy, I think. Going for a very fast eBay. I've seen that a lot more, but yeah, it's still a great build. It's been around for forever. It's just not going anywhere.
I feel like, if you just do too much of the same thing, you just become predictable. So it's nice to have kind of a swing of things. Like a bag of builds. Not all have to be aggressive. The stim timing's not that aggressive. I mean, if you don't build the Sunkens, you lose, but if you build the Sunkens or have the 6 slings in a Sunken, you can stop it, and then Terran just goes back home and builds turrets, and the game doesn't really change much to if it was any other build. So it's just kind of one of those back and forths. It's just putting a knife up to the opponent's neck and seeing if they fall on it.
Let's see, one Sunken colony going to be made back at home. We've got 8 lings, and he went for a 2.5 hatch build, so he's going to have a little bit more production going in this game.
That's a lot of lings.
Quick stim right across the map. He's got the Firebat in the mix, which makes this a lot harder to engage. But he's got a lot of lings to dive on top of this. Great job sniping this down. Just going to get rid of this army nice and easy. But the Mutalisk count will be a little bit delayed, right? We can't make a full clutch of mutas.
Yes. He won't get the 7 muta pop that you would typically get from this build. But actually, no, he did an in-base. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, 7 muta pop. But, I mean, the fact that you were able to clear out the stim timing, that's less Marines back at home. So now Light's frantically trying to build those turrets. Not having those additional Marines is just going to make this muta pressure just that much stronger.
Cancels his gas. That's interesting. I wonder why he started that and then decided to cancel.
Is probably because he saw so many lings. Typically, it's only 6 lings until muta, so he probably thought that Soma was just gonna probably just squeeze out drones. But seeing the mutas, he's like, "Oh no, I gotta play this standard."
I see. So he sees the mutas. We've got Flyer Carapace on the way. What's your decision-making path for whether you go Carapace or attack?
At that point, it's just player's preference. If you want to be a turret buster, you go with your attack. If you want to play for the late game and be able to contest against battlecruisers, the +1 Carapace makes it so that battlecruisers don't one-shot your Scourge.
Right, and it also helps out a bit against Valkyries as well if they decide to go for a Valkyrie timing against you.
Yeah.
You saw the factory, but he didn't try to kill the SCV on the factory. Not delaying that. Factory is going to be super fast. They went for a quick one here. Yeah. It's going to go
Another
into 4.
pre-7.
Into 4 barracks plays. Managed to drag the Marine group back to the natural, and so he can come in here and start to abuse this position I was talking about earlier. But Light is on top of this. He's going to force back Soma. So many SCVs have gone down. I would say like 7, 8 SCVs have been killed. Soma doing a great job.
Oh. So it looks like Soma is just waiting for Light to push out and just do the ball crush.
Looks like he just scanned the 3rd base, and that might tempt Light to go out and you know, put some pressure on this 3rd. However, that would not be a good idea because Soma's completely ready for this. Is he going to be able to surround and kill this army similar to the way Solki does it? It's such a difficult task. Really is hard to get these units to move in tandem. Oh gosh, a drone making its way to the front. You can see the rally point a little bit messed up there.
I thought it was a drone timing.
He was gonna try to get the mineral move command, try to mess up the AI or something. Oh gosh, losing some mutas that are rallied to the front. This is so hard to do. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's so tough to make this work. Soma's struggling to get his Ling and Mutaforce together to deal with this bio push. Oh god, the mutas are just flying right over. Oh, dude, that's painful. Gonna run in and just go for the counter attack. Does he have a bunch of Sunkens building it back at home? He does. This is a crazy counter, Herbmon. Is he gonna be able to hold back at home and win the fight here in the main base? Oh man.
That's the tough question. Only 1 Sunken down right now. There's about 4 medics, so this could potentially break.
Pulling
Battle
the
drones being pulled to the front. Chaos going on both ends of the map right now. 2 Sunkens remaining. I think he might be able to hold with these Lings.
Oh, it's so close. The Lings come out. He can just back over to the right-hand side. He's already killed almost every single drone. Now he can go after the hatchery as well. So we'll buy some time.
That bunker.
The bunker.
This is the most desperate play. Yeah, it's like, I just need to survive.
All these rallied Marines have some safe haven to run to.
Oh no! Get out of there! Okay. At this point, it's pretty difficult. Zerg's like very low eco. I mean, I would just be trying to sit on top of that starport and just putting as much damage down as possible, but I don't know. He doesn't have that many mutas.
Well, he's gonna try and end the game right now, bringing the Lings forward. As long if he can. Oh, this bunker is very smart. If he gets the bunker up, he might survive. Oh my gosh, he's gonna get in there. He gets one Marine in the bunker. That's crazy. Managing to keep that alive. Now the natural might survive. Dude, if he had been able to get in there and prevent that bunker from finishing, he might have just won because you won't be able to hold that natural when Lings are there. Going after the science facility. Oh man, it's so close. This upgrade finishes.
Oh no. That would have been game for Soma. Had that science, the irradiate didn't research, so this vessel is going to get its value for sure.
Yeah, that vessel does cast irradiate and deals a lot of damage to these mutas. Look at how many mutas are going down. Oh boy. That was so close. So close to being a denial. Back at home, hardly anything going on for Soma. He's got a few drones over at the 3rd base. Hasn't been able to take that 3rd gas. He's building just small groups of mutas, and he doesn't have a transition. Throwing away 2 drones right now to make Hydra Den and Queen's Nest is just not an option. He needs to stay alive with just this small group of mutas.
I love how he was using that vessel like he was like threatening an irradiate, even though he knew he didn't have one. He's just like, hey, look, I got a vessel, run away. But it looks like Light's just going right to the 3rd, and this hatchery is going to go down.
Seems like someone's just hoping that he didn't know about that. GG. What a wild one.
Yeah. Showing aggression on both ends. And that marine pressure at the natural with the Sunkens, being able to bust, what, is like 4 of them with only one remaining. And then at the same time, the Mutilings in the main. It was pure chaos.
Yeah, that was crazy. The base trade. I really thought that Soma was getting ready to annihilate this bio army, but instead he ran around it. Seems like a pretty risky play. I can just see the problems that are inherent with that, and not resetting the rallies. Oh my gosh, he almost lost 4 mutas to just rallies flying over top of these Marines. Kind of crazy that he managed to keep those alive, just due to the fact that these were all on a move command while Light was dealing with this back at home. I just want to take a quick look and see how many mutas ended up going down in the main while that bust was going on. Looks like he was able to just hold position over top of these barracks. Not able to kill any of them either, though. It's kind of nuts. Look, he almost stopped the bunker from going down as well. Oh, dude,
yeah.
So many things just went barely the wrong way for Soma in this game. So many things were just not quite there, and Light managed to take this one down. Game number 2, let's jump into it. Here we are, game number 2 between Light and Soma. Very intense start to this little series. So many little tiny interactions that ended up deciding that one. I don't think Soma's going to be discouraged by that. I think that he played a great game, and if things went a little bit more his way, he definitely would have been able to pull out a win.
But it's a Terran world.
Yeah, you've got to make...
George just living it.
You've got to make so many good decisions, so many good interactions to be able to take down a Terran player. Really does feel like the Iron Wall sometimes, like the absolute brick Terran player.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks like someone's going to be able to get the first scout, so that's a nice victory right there.
CC first.
That's
right.
crazy.
Greedy.
Wow. And he's going to get away with it.
And Soma's going to go for 11 pool, 10 gas, so his economy is going to be kind of slow. His tech will be quick, but doesn't really matter that much against someone who's gone for CC first. Like, you're just going to be feeling so comfortable as Light, I feel.
Oh yeah, if you can get the wall off and hold your natural, you're getting that CC first is such a huge win. And they sealed in the drone, so now that drone's just dead by default. So he's just going to try to be as annoying as possible, but nothing's really going to come out of it.
He's forcing 2 extra SCVs off the line at least. Someone really trying hard to deal some damage to that SCV on the barracks, but doesn't seem like he's going to be able to get anything. Good playing like Ring Around the Rosie here. Actually bringing this quite low. Oh, he's going to get it.
Is he going to get it? Oh!
Oh, sick.
So good.
Spits on that drone. Blinds him. Takes him down. Great job by Soma. Just trying to get something here. I mean, it's not going to really matter that much. It's just so many SCVs that are going to be pumped out by Light, but that's like a little moral victory. Maybe going to help Soma to play from behind from this position.
He feels good about it. And I think there was a factory being dropped in Light Space. In his, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. So this, with the 14cc, Goliath plays really strong.
Yeah, we've seen this out of Flash, actually. Flash likes to do 14cc into mech play, and good God, does it seem unbeatable.
Yeah.
It seems crazy, crazy strong. Now, Soma, for his part, he went a little bit more on the greedy side, right? He didn't build any lings at all, and he managed to slip out a very early 2.5 hatch, so he's going to have the hatchery done before the spire is even finished, which is going to give him a little bit of extra larva, but I don't know if he can bust through. Is he just going to go with a bunch of mutas, you know, get armor and just try to punch into Light's base? As long as Light has turrets and enough Goliaths, he should be able to hold off no problem, and we're going to go into a later game.
Yeah, with the mech opener, Soma will be able to pop. He'll do the 7 muta pop and get Carapace upgrade. And with Goliaths, don't do full damage to mutas since they're a light air. And so you can take a lot of shots early on without losing mutas and cause a little bit of damage. But if you let that Goliath ball get too big and you don't whittle down the economy, it becomes a real burden.
The Goliath on the way. Of course, Charon boosters is coming up. He's actually going to go air attack. He might get really aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Just build only mutas and lings and try to get in here.
Yeah, I think he wants to break down some turrets for sure.
Got the bunker in the front. It's a good choice by Light, but I don't know if he really understands how aggressive Soma's about to be, and there's really no way for him to scout that, right? He doesn't have a academy. He can't get a scan, so he's just kind of sitting here blind and just building a bunch of defense. See if it's going to be enough.
Sense. That Terran sense is kicking in. He knows what's happening.
Well, the dive, about 3-4 SCV kills.
Losing 1 muta in the process. I'm wondering if he saw the factory count being thrown down. That is 5 fact. That is going to be a lot of Goliaths.
Yeah, this is something you really need to see as a Zerg player. How many factories are actually being made? Because if it's only, you know, 3 factory going into a starport, then it's going to be some sort of up mech play, and you have to play completely different than if it's 5 fact. If you go 5 fact, you can only make Goliaths. You cannot make additional upgrades. You're just going to go +1 attack, +1 armor, and then, you know, go for a massive wave of Goliaths and try to break down the front door. There's no really other way to play than those two.
I wonder if Soma will utilize Burrow like Sulky does. Burrow like a ling out in front of the natural of the Terran, so every time he pushes out with Goliaths, you jump in the main.
He's just building up a lot of mutas. This seems to be his intention.
Yeah, mutas and drones. That's going to be it. And then when Goliaths get a little too close, you're going to see the great sunken wall.
This third base, I mean, it could be pretty easily, you know, well defended. We've got the ramp here. Sunken colony on high ground, always fantastic against Goliaths. And that is a lot of mutas. I think this is 2 groups of mutas, and the Goliath count I'm seeing right now is actually not that huge. It's not that massive. He's gonna wait and let the Goliath start to hit the sunken colony, you know, take some damage before he takes this engagement, because he knows as soon as he reveals all the mutas, the Goliaths are gonna back up out of the range of the sunken colony, because you don't want to be taking sunken colony damage while you're taking these mutaless hits as well. It just dives straight on top of this. Wow, this is a great cleanup by someone. Look at how well he's cleaning this Goliath army. Just gonna wipe through it. Well, that wasn't even close. Holy.
Yeah, it seemed like Light overstayed his welcome. He opened the door to the natural in the third and got a sunken bar to the face. He should have just went home, but just overstayed his welcome, and now it looks like Soma's actually feeling really confident in himself. Dive bombing on top of the turret in Goliath. Seems like he's going to be able to clean up all the infrastructure, so or all the units producing out of the infrastructure. So it looks like Soma is actually going to win this.
It's got 12 mutas still remaining, and yeah, GG is called. Light taps out as he takes control over these factories. There's really no way to come back from that. A very crisp build from Soma. Like, look at him. He's only got 3 drones on gas. That's it. Let's take a look at the natural. Not a whole lot of drones, but an insane amount of production, making the exact number of mutalisks he needs. Did he actually see the factory count? I don't think that he did, but maybe just predicting what his opponent was up to. He was going to be going for this 5 factory play, because if you're just making mutas at this point, right, and your opponent is going for, oh, okay, actually there was a transfer of drones. He made a round of 6 drones after winning that fight. But if you don't see this and it's actually a starport and he's going into upmech and just sitting back at home and you know, playing defensively, and you're just only building mutas, you really can't do much.
No.
You're gonna be throwing away mutas into turrets and Goliaths, and it's not gonna work out too well for you as the Terran player slowly expands onto a 3rd base. So this is some solid play out of Soma. I'm not sure how he realized that this was 5 factory though.
Yeah, I mean, the only way he would have been able to tell is when he dive bombed into the main, but if he didn't see it from there, I mean, the typical response to Mass Goliath is just Mass Muta. My question though is, how sharp was that timing for Terran when he pushed? Like, did that +1 armor upgrade finish as soon as he pushed out, or when he was attacking in?
Well, let's take a look, see if he actually spots this. He sees one more factory being made. That doesn't really reveal much.
No. But seeing one being made, at most he would anticipate 3 factory, because you need to do 2 factory to do the Goliath opener.
That's right.
But you produce Muta, even if he did go the starport build. You produce Muta until you see the science facility being built, and then you should be transitioning to Hydra. And yeah, that timing is so it looked like he was trying to just hit this timing and hoping for the best.
Let's see if that upgrade finishes before this attack happens.
Wait. Does it not?
It's really close.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's gonna finish up during the fight. There it is. It just finished. But this is already so one-sided.
Yeah, that's too many mutas.
Gets completely overwhelmed, and it really is a momentum play, the Goliath build, especially with the 5 factory Goliath. If you start losing armies, you really lose a lot of your momentum, and it's so hard to build up a sufficient number of Goliaths to overwhelm the Zerg player again.
Yeah.
It's even worse than going up against, or than playing Bio, where you lose your initial Bio army. The Goliaths are just very slow to increment out in comparison to the Marines. So this is a tough game for Light. Great hold by Soma though, really understanding the Goliath play and countering it properly. Let's jump into game number 3 and see if he wants to continue with the mech player, if we're gonna switch back into a Marine Bio style. Game number 3, our final game of the night. Just wanna say thank you, Herbmon, for stopping by, joining the cast. It's nice to try a bit of co-casting with some other people and expand my options here for co-casters. Really nice to have different opinions and different minds joining to analyze these replays.
Yeah, variety's the spice of life, and thanks for having me. I'm happy to be able to cast games with you, man. I love Starcraft, and it's always really cool to be able to watch replays with people in 2024.
It's a great year for Starcraft. It's just about over, but it's been a fantastic year. I have so many games in my best of 2024 file folder. which I put together.
Okay.
I put together one last year. I'm not sure if you saw it on the channel. 2020 Best of 2023 was a pretty good video, but I think Best of 2024 is going to be even better.
Is it a replay pack, or is it just the videos you've cast, or the replays you've cast?
It's casts. My favorite casts from the year, yeah. So my favorite games, the games that I've casted. Every time that I made a cast and I just thought that the game was, you know, brilliant, I put it into a pack or into a file folder, and then at the end of the year, as like a little New Year's gift, I give it or put it together and put it out. I think it's a nice way to round out the year. And this year is going to be insane. It's such a good replay pack.
Are you going to be releasing a Pimpus Plays video with it?
I've been thinking about doing that, but I need to do the same sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like when I see some Pimpus play happen, I need to immediately, you know, cut it out and put it into a package so that I can go back to it later, because going back and like trying to figure out where those Pimpus plays happened, you know, post production and like you put that into a video is very difficult. I need to do it in the moment, otherwise I'm gonna forget where they are.
No, 100%. Because I've been down that road 1,000 times where I'm like, oh dude, this would be so great in a Pimpus play, and I'll save the replay, and then I'll go back to the replay like a month later and be like, well, what time did this happen? Like, what am I looking for?
I forgot what happened. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it requires a bit of forethought. And I'm really glad that I started doing that. I started like beginning of 2023 to just start putting those replays together, and that makes my life so much easier to just, you know, do it a little bit ahead of time. But maybe that'll be in the future, man. Maybe that'll be something I get into, making a Pimpus plays. I would love to. Those were some of my favorite videos back in the day.
Yeah, you got to make sure it looks like it was made in Windows Movie Maker, you know?
Just for
all those
the
transitions and stuff. Yeah. Throw some like Limp Bizkit on or something. Papa Roach, I don't know. Something to really capture the moment.
Yeah, that's funny. Pretty much the same game as game number 1 we're seeing here out of Soma and Light. Going for another Stim Rush and another 2.5 hatch.
2.5 hatch is nice. You get a later third, so you don't get as much gas as you would if you just expanded. Your third hatch was the third base, but the 2.5 hatch build just gives you that extra larva to just be able to be aggressive with, and if you do secure the third, then you have that extra larva to build drones. So, and looks like Light just kind of poking, trying to find a hole for that SCV to get through to go scout a potential third.
That's funny.
He's gonna build a starport. No.
That is funny. That the SCV was not out on the map before when someone scouted the entirety of the map. He sent lings absolutely everywhere, and then now Light just sneaks an SCV out. And so all that due diligence earlier on is not going to pay off at all for Soma. He's going to have an SCV in his main base here pretty soon, I think, or either that or he's going to have an SCV, you know, waiting for his third to start.
Well, there was a play for a little bit that Terrans were doing where they would just sneak off like 3 Marines, and they like, as soon as the mutas would come to the natural of the Terran, they would stem the 3 Marines into the main or the natural and just snipe off a few drones. So you might have been looking for that too. But yeah, it's anytime you go scouting, it more than likely you won't find anything, but you got to do it.
5 mutas at this front. Light was not able to force any sunken colonies this game. Important to mention. He went for the same play, but he didn't really put out that pressure. Counterattack.
And just because you go for the sim timing doesn't mean you have to push. It just gives you, you know, opportunity.
That is true.
Light little harass at the natural, and the third's being taken at the bottom left. Ooh, Muta's almost got caught off guard.
Really tough to prevent the mutas from running in when you're, you know, moving across the map, and just wandering directly into a bio ball can really end your game very quickly.
Oh yeah.
See, there we go.
Speaking of the devil.
There it is. Not gonna end the game, but taking quite a bit of damage, losing a muta. Looks like he almost lost a second muta there as well. Still has a pretty reasonable bio ball, and he's gone for armor once again. He really seems to favor the armor against bio.
Yeah.
Traditionally speaking, it's more common to go armor versus Goliath than attack versus bio, but it's kind of swapped in this series.
Yeah, I really feel like it just comes down to player preference. But I don't know. Typically, you want to get the opposite upgrade. Like if they get armor, you want attack to nullify their upgrade, etc.
Well, armor just came into play. We have a lurker upgrade on the way. There's quite a bit of lings and mutas coming up to the front. Is he gonna try and overwhelm this? It's a good reinforcement. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard. Soma hasn't been able to get an opportunity to like poke from the back, and every time he tries to, Light just pushes forward a little bit, so he's losing that map control.
Light doing a really good job of dealing with these mutalisks, just keeping them off of him.
It's better than being in the natural.
Quite a few lings are out, but I don't know if there's going to be an opportunity to surround this bio ball. Light is doing a great job.
Yeah. Guys going for the medic. That would have been nice.
Continually reinforcing is, I think, the key as a Terran player. Not getting too far out on the map and just keep on reinforcing over and over and over again. Now he's got that bio ball that really can't be challenged by just pure muta. You need to slice off a little chunk of this army first. Lower down that count a little bit before engaging with the lings, because those will just melt if you try to jump on top.
The DPS is too strong. Alright, Sunken's going down at the natural.
Couple of lurkers there as well, so he should be okay. Look at this little bioforce heading down towards bottom left. There's one lurker on the high ground being made, but he could just walk right by that. This is a really big pain for Soma. Soma gonna have to burrow these two lurkers in the natural. He's got two sunken colonies. I think he saves this, but he's gonna lose a lot of drones down bottom left. Oh gosh, he's really slow. He was really slow on this lurker burrow, and look at the split, spreading and splitting here. Gonna lose all of these lurkers, dude. Soma's dead. Oh man.
Yeah. Just like that.
Just like that. That is so painful.
And the thing is he had lings, he had speed lings. He could have went and cleaned it, the bottom left, but obviously he doesn't have the vision we have, so there was no medics with that pressure at the third.
Right.
So
yeah.
If he kept the mutas with the main army, I feel like he could have done a little bit more damage, or at least survived.
If only he had just burrowed those lurkers, man.
Yeah, they were kind of out of reach, though. Yeah, no, he followed this whole army, so.
Yeah, this is truly unfortunate. A great move, though, to send this small group down to bottom left. Yeah, see, speedlings, just this group of speedlings alone could have killed this. For sure. Yeah. And the mutas could have helped out at the natural, but this is like that moment of panic that happens as a Zerg player when the bio's getting in and things are starting to fall apart. But if he moved these lurkers, like, calmly send this ling group down to bottom left, send the mutas back up here, and just burrow these lurkers, things would have been very different. I think he could have held this off and been in a reasonable position, but look at how long it takes him to burrow these. I mean, we're not gonna break through if these are burrowed in time.
Yeah.
But he ends up getting in there.
I like how you said calmly send the lings, and I looked at his APM immediately to see 420, and I was like, yeah, calmly.
It's so hard not to panic in these moments, but I talk about this a lot in my cast, is that players like Soul Key, if you look at them while they're playing in the ASL and you got their face cam on, they just absolute stone face. Those stone face Zerg players that have no emotion as while they're playing are so incredibly good. It's just hard to get to that level.
Sulky, he's not even worried about the game. What he's worried about is being able to turn the camera off after the game to be able to rip his vape. That's what he's focused on. He's like, StarCraft, alright, cool, whatever. Oh, I can smoke now?
He is a different breed, that's for sure.
Yeah, dude. That chair that he's got looks super cozy though. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe I need to invest in a better chair.
He just sinks right down into it too.
Yeah,
he looks
dude.
so comfortable whenever he's playing Broodwar. It's like, you see a lot of these guys, they're so rigid and stiff sitting up straight, and then he's like sinking right down into his chair like he's watching a movie or something.
Yeah, he's got his feet kicked up. He's got a TV on the side, you know, catching up on his soaps.
Yeah. Well, Light taking this game away, it's painful as a Zerg player to watch it end like this. And of course, we've had it happen to ourselves many, many times. This is just standard. It doesn't matter how good you are. You can still get broken at these kind of weird timings with a little bit of a distraction, taking your attention away for a half second. It's the nature of TVZ. It can happen for the Terran players too, right? There's a few situations where a moment of not paying attention can kind of end the game for them as well. So don't you agree? Can you think of one?
Yeah. Oh yeah, like if they lose their bio ball in their main and then their turret goes down, that's an instant game lose. If the Zerg does like a lurker play and just hold position on the Marines and they just walk right over and all the Marines, the medics are dead, that's an instant lose. Or the it's not so much of an insta lose, but the Defiler play that Effort did versus Flash in the ASL finals, where you just do a lurker contain and then just try to go Defiler as fast as possible. Like, there's ways to snuff the flame out of a Terran, but they're the comeback kid for a reason. You can knock them down, but doesn't mean they're out.
They do feel extremely robust, even if they lose their natural sometimes. Even their natural CC dies. Occasionally I'll lose games because they're just so robust. They can, you know, rebuild inside their main and come back out and somehow win. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. It's with Terran, it's like, to be able to defeat a Terran, you don't just knock them down. You have to like disassemble them. You gotta like take off their arms. You gotta pop their head off. Like you gotta like literally, and then burn the body afterwards to make sure they're dead. Because
stomp
be like
the ashes, yeah.
Yeah, and they'll come back, and you're just like, how? And it's lotto shit, dog. You're like, of course.
But then I lost 5 drones, and now my game is over.
Yeah.
I might as well just leave.
Yeah, I look like an idiot over here.
It's crazy. It really is wild, this matchup, but it's one of my favorites for a reason. It's a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to cast.
Yeah, it's like the world's favorite. A lot of people who don't even really watch StarCraft today, like that I'll like find in the wild, will always be like, yeah, Terran vs Zerg is always my favorite matchup, and they'll always bring up like a Flash or I love Uv or some sort of name, Nada, and it's like, yeah, it's a good matchup.
It's a great matchup, and it's been a lot of fun casting this with you, Herbmon. Thank you for joining
Yeah.
me. I'm sure we'll bring you on again in the future. And we'll do some more casting together, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with some more Brood War. See you there.